What is up, guys? Mad Rambles episode 260 today, back again with another video as always. 260 days in, feeling fucking good, getting it done. And today's video, I want to talk about don't get lost, about not getting lost, because what I mean by this is don't get lost in your life trying to pursue goals that you become someone who you don't want to be, right? We all want to change. A lot of us do anyway, especially people in self improvement. You want to change for the better, and that's fucking great. But what I see is a lot of people do is they'll make money and they'll stop buying things that they don't really want, or they'll start hanging around with people they don't really like. And this won't advance them in any way. It's just doing things for doing its sake because they feel like they should, because they're sort of lost in the source almost. You know, I've seen people make a lot of money who start then hanging around with people who have a lot of money, which is great. Sort of, you have that networking idea, but then they start doing things that they wouldn't do, going to clubs, buying expensive cars, buying watches, and they don't really like these things, and these things don't give them fulfillment. And then they sit back and think, shit, I'm not in the trajectory I want to be, because they've gotten lost. They were in this trajectory of self improvement, making money, doing things that they wanted to do, doing things that they felt they needed to do. And then they became someone who they didn't like, someone who they didn't want to be. They became the person that they didn't set out to be. And it's important to constantly refocus your mind. I'd say at least once a month, and remind yourself, not just am I on the path to being, am I doing the things that I want to, I need to do in order to be who I want to be, but am I actually being who I want to be? For instance, if you want to be someone who's self-confident, someone who comes to every conversation with his ego at the door, who's willing to have genuine conversations, to learn things, to spread his thoughts and ideas in a coherent and easily understood way, then great, do that. But if you're not doing that, then you think to yourself, oh shit, I'm not being the person who I want to be. So then I need to sort of check myself and go, okay, how do I get back on track? And then you do whatever that looks like. But not just that, if you sit to yourself and say, okay, what do I want? But also, how do I want to live? What do I want to be seen for? What do I want to be seen as? Do I want to be seen as someone who's very show offish, has a lot of cars, have a lot of jewelry? Do these things give me pleasure? Well, no, personally, they don't. If you For you they do, fucking amazing. But for me, they don't. So if you see yourself every month going out and buying watches, having these ridiculous cars and whatnot, then you can sort of check yourself and sit back and say, okay, does this stuff actually give me fulfillment? Because you might have changed, you might have tried things you never knew you sort of liked, and your idea of who you want to be may shift. It can shift. That is okay, right? As long as your genuine values and your morals stay the same. But the way in which you get there can shift. The medium you get there can shift. But you need to sit there and think, okay, do I enjoy what I'm doing right now? Is what I'm now doing coherent with my plan? Is it coherent with who I want to be? Does it carry the values that I want to carry? Well, no. Okay, cool. Then I need to change that. If it is, great, we continue doing the same thing. But I think a lot of people focus on checking what they do rather than who they are. And I think every so often, every so month, you need to check who you are. Is who you are in line with who you want to be? Don't get lost. I've been Keelan, been a good call. Peace.